Hello, divine souls. Djemilah Birnie here with Becoming the Big Me. I'm so excited for this special segment of the Becoming the Big Me podcast. This section of the podcast is dedicated towards sharing the stories of conquest for some incredible individuals. They are also featured in my latest book, Becoming the Big Me, The Great Conquest. In this section of the podcast, we will dive deep into each of their stories and their journeys and their hardships, from addiction, PTSD, loss of loved ones and children. This segment of the podcast is dedicated towards sharing their stories and sharing their journeys, not only of the hardships, but sharing how they overcame. To learn more about the authors behind the stories that you are going to hear, go to thegreatconquest.com. And if you would like to purchase a copy of The Great Conquest book, you can go to bit.ly/Great Conquest. And without further ado, let's dive into the amazing journeys. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the Becoming the Big Me podcast. I'm your host, Djemilah Birnie, and I'm so incredibly excited because I have a very special guest with me here today. And I think it's very fitting that I have such a special guest here for the 100th episode of my podcast, and someone that has had such a big influence in my life. And I'm so blessed to be able to have her as a part of the Becoming the Big Me, the Great Conquest project, because without this human being, Becoming the Big Me would not be a thing. This human being is what sparked my own personal conquest and what sparked me on this mission to spread this information, spread the things that have helped me on my own journey to others. So without further ado, you guys, my own daughter, Kira Birnie, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Oh, babe, thank you for coming on and taking the time out of your so busy schedule to be here with us. I'm just really excited to have you here, and I want to know from your perspective as an 8-year-old child who has grown up with me as a mother. I want to know, what is your perspective on the meaning of life?
Well, I think the meaning of life is to find your purpose and follow your dreams. And a way to find your purpose is, like, let's say you want to be a dancer, and you see people doing dances, and then you ask your mom for money so you can do ballet classes, and then you start doing more bigger things like doing shows, and then you start, like, for instance, you might even become famous, and you do just by doing like starting off by asking your mom to do dance classes, and then doing something on a stage, like something like that, and then you do something on a stage in front of more people, and then you do a dance in front of more people with a bigger stage, and then you could become famous by just building your way up to what you want to be your dream.
Wow. So are you saying that we don't have to go after like the whole dream all at one time?
Yeah, you just say, oh, I think I'm never going to become a famous dancer, like, I don't know, somebody that's a famous dancer. I'm not good at that. And then you just take ballet classes because you want to, and then you notice, oh, I can actually do this. I can build my way up, and then I can do the thing that you want to do. like dancing on a stage in front of thousands or millions or bajillions of people.
What do you think that is the biggest thing that holds people back from doing what they want to do?
What other people think of you, and what other people think of you doesn't matter. What you think of you matters. So don't let what other people think of you make you think of you badly and worse.
Would you be willing to share what you were telling me this morning?
What was I telling you this morning?
Well, just kind of how you used to kind of feel that way.
Yeah.
And can you kind of share how that made you act?
I tried to act older, and because I was like 7, and I always wore like this leather jacket, and I tried to be sassy, and I actually stole a few things when I was younger. But I regret that all so much, and I am trying to do way better than I have done before.
But do you feel like that was because why? It was because you're...
Because I thought what other people think of me, they wouldn't think of me as the cool girl or the fun girl or the sassy girl or whatever.
And what did you realize?
I realized that trying to hold in your laugh, hold in your smile, or trying to just be somebody that you are not just makes you feel bad and makes you feel just sad in the end.
So what do you do?
Just be yourself and do what you want to do and do it how you want to do it. Not because you don't want other people telling you what to do. And not talking about parents. Parents can tell you what to do because you're parents. But like other kids, like I say an 8-year-old comes up to me and says, "You're not pretty," or pink looks ugly on you, and I'm like, well, pink does not look ugly on me. Pink might look ugly on me to you, but it looks beautiful on me to me because I do what I want to do, and I am me, and I am not you, so it doesn't matter what you think.
Wow. How did you come to that conclusion? Because I think that is what you just said is something that so many adults I know need to hear. How did you come to that conclusion?
I don't know. Just one day it kind of snapped at me and it was weird. I don't know.
I don't know. It snapped at you. Do you feel snapped into your brain and just kind of in your brain? Is that what happened? Does that happen to you a lot? I feel like that's an intuitive download. Does that?
Kind of.
Does that make any sense? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what that is.
So, I know that you were talking about purpose and things like that. Is there something that you feel can help show us if something is our purpose? How do we know?
If you're happy when you're doing it, or just happy in general, happy because of it, or it's just something that you want to achieve in life, being kind every day. That's one of my purposes in life, I think. And I love to dance, which is one of my goals, dreams, and purposes. And I love to sing and stuff like that. But they're all stuff that you have to work up to your biggest goal. If you want to sing on stage, first you have to probably start singing just at home to your mom, and then start singing at church, then in a choir, and then you could, which is still at church, and then building it up until you're on the stage that you want it to be on, and singing what you want it to be singing, and not because anybody else was holding you back.
Yeah. But what if there are people in your life that are trying to hold you back?
Well, then you tell them that I'm gonna follow your I'm going to follow my dreams and you should too.
Wow. You heard it here first. Straight from Kira's mouth. I'm going to follow my dreams and you should too. That's what we all need to say in response to haters. That's what we all need to say in response to people who don't understand our vision, don't understand our inner selves and our desires and our intentions. And our dreams. Exactly.
And what we want to do.
You tell them. So, what is, like, I want to know, like, what is the hardest thing that you deal with currently at school?
Like, people telling me that, you shouldn't be you. You shouldn't look like that. You should look different. You should be different. You should, like, wear something different. You shouldn't be you. And I tell them, I'm being me and you should too. And then if they keep doing that, I might tell the teacher if they're being mean to me, really mean. But I usually gather up a group of friends and we all talk to each other and try to work it out. And sometimes that's how I make new friends, but most of the time they usually back off after I say I'm following my dreams and you should too, or something like that. Which is good to just help make people understand that they should follow their dreams just like I am.
Do you think that by you, like, doing it, are you, like, almost giving them permission to do it too? Or
to some people, but some people don't really care.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What do you do to, like, keep up such a positive attitude? Because I know that, like, things are not always easy. Like, our life has not always been easy. You know, you've been raised by a single mom. We've moved a lot, and like, what do you do to stay in a positive attitude?
Well, I have a very, very close best friend, and I usually talk to her. And she says, you can talk to me about anything and I'll help you. Because she's very supportive and nice. And if you have a best friend, get you one like mine. And because she's nice and she really cares. And I care about what she says too. And we're just really close like that. We kind of say sometimes we're as close as sisters or closer than sisters. And we're just really close together, and we talk to each other almost every day, and it's really nice. Yeah.
I know that, like, Annie has helped you a lot, too, your puppy.
Yeah, puppies help me, and there are also some things that are just things that help you, like, I don't know, stress relieving things, but it's mostly, like, people and, like, animals that help me, like, my cat, Amon, also known as Almond. Annie, also known as the Crack Rat. Maui, also known as the Butterball. And yeah, I just have a lot of friends that support me too.
Yeah, having connections is a very important thing for the human species. Knowing that there are people in your tribe. Back in the day, it was, you know, we were in tribes, and so having that connection with other humans was like a survival instinct.
I know, it's just not back in the day.
No, not anymore. No, but our brains still need connection.
I know, but why did you say tribe?
I don't know. I don't know. What are you click-clacking? Everyone's like, what is all this sound? What are you click-clacking over here?
It's just 2 crystals. I'm playing with them because my hands are getting antsy.
Me too. I'm playing with one too. I'm just playing with it quieter because
yeah,
I only got one. We are fidgeties.
Stop clicking. That cabinet keeps getting.
What do you do? Like, I want to know, what do you think is something that everyone could do more of? Like everyone, like me, adults, kids, like what's something that we need to do more of?
Being kind to one another and just trying to have good vibes and being nicer. And because, like, what you say affects other people. If you say something to that person, obviously you're trying to affect that person most of the time. And, but if you're not trying to affect, like, you're trying to affect one person, but then it spreads to another person, and then people keep getting, like, angry or sad, or you can just try to help them out and try to keep, like, your mean thoughts in your head. Because then my teacher says, keep your thoughts in your head so we won't hear them. Because if you're, like, trying to say something mean about her, like, her glasses are ugly, you shouldn't say that out loud. Especially if they're your friend. You're like, oh, yeah, that dress looks beautiful. And then in your brain, you're like, yeah, that dress looks ugly. So you should not say mean things to people, and you should try to be as kind as you can, even if sometimes it's not true. Like, well, not like lying, but sometimes sometimes it's a good thing. Like, if it's like you're saying your dress is pretty when it's really not that pretty in your mind, but she thinks it's pretty, so you don't want to bring her happiness down. So you just think it in your mind.
It's kind of just like, if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it. Just don't say it at all.
That's what my teacher says too.
Yeah.
I have 2 teachers.
I mean, I agree with that. What I'm curious though, like, how can we address maybe even the judgment in our own minds, you know? Like, so we don't even have to think it. How do we address that?
I have no idea.
That's next level.
Like,
that's 4th grade.
Try to not worry about other people. Try to worry about yourself. Like, oh yeah, that person has this on. Oh yeah, that person has this, and this, and that, and this, and that. It shouldn't matter to you, unless it's like they're talking to you, obviously. It should, like, just matter to the person that they're talking to, or the person themselves. And you should just keep your bad thoughts in your head if you have them, but just try to not have thoughts that are mean or something, just because you don't want it accidentally slipping out or something, and it's just, that's how you lose friends. So yeah, just
is there anything that you do to, like, help kind of, I don't know, train your thoughts, maybe, like, to help keep your thoughts good?
Like, you could use, like, do meditating and yoga and have a nice friend, like I already said, and have, like, a support animal. And if you don't have any of those things, which you should have a friend or something, probably. But if you don't, you can use your stuffed animals, and, like, if you don't have an animal, in the middle of the night when you get scared, you can snuggle with a big stuffed animal, like, that you could, like, say, oh yeah, this stuffed animal I'm going to sleep with every night, hug every night, because it's going to be my, like, protect it like a baby, like your baby.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you, now, my baby, do you have any final thoughts to share?
I'm hungry.
Alrighty then. Well, then we will wrap things up. Thank you so much for, sitting down with me and chatting today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that was fun. Bye.
Bye. much for tuning into today's episode of the Becoming the Big Me podcast. I know that you found value in hearing this story today, and I would love if you could show your support by going and grabbing a copy of our book. And you can do so by going to bit.ly/Great Conquest. You can also go to www.thegreatconquest.com for more information about each of the individuals involved in this process. Thanks again for tuning in.